Okay, good morning, everyone. Calling the advisory committee meeting for the Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau. Today is Thursday, December the 3rd. It's approximately 8:41. We begin by taking roll call. Magali Rodriguez. Raymond Camina.
Present.
Marisa Ramirez, present. Elizabeth Flores is tentative at this point. She may be joining our meeting in a few minutes. Judy Gutierrez.
She's having some technical issues. We see her, but she's having some technical issues.
Okay. Richard Laurel. And Carlos Mata.
He hasn't taken his oath.
Yeah. So basically, at this moment, we have 6 members that are members of the committee, and we need 4 members to meet quorum.
Madam Chair, because Ms. Gutierrez is on the line, but she's having technical difficulties, I would ask that we give a few more minutes before calling the meeting
to continue.
To continue either with quorum or no quorum.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you.
And I can, we can start with the reports if
Okay. Reviewing the year-to-date financial statements, we find that on page 6.
Yes. So you will see that our actuals versus the projection, we do have higher numbers than what we projected. We've mentioned this in the past where we have, we projected based on the numbers from March and April. So we were extremely conservative in the number that we were going to project for the rest of the fiscal year and the rest of the year. And so we, as we've mentioned in previous meetings, the fact that we have occupancy, good occupancy in the hotels, or good occupancy in reference to this situation, has provided us with better numbers than we would have expected back in March and April.
Yes.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I have had the hardest time, connecting this morning. I've been at it since about 10 minutes or 15 minutes ago. It's just been a real, I don't know why. But anyway, I'm in already. I just want to know that you all can hear me.
Great. Thank you, Judy.
So we can go back to column.
Okay, we're going to begin with any, we do have several, excuses for past meetings and a possible current meeting. For November, we had no excuses, but for October, we have one for Mr. Camina.
And Madam Chair, if I may, if we can call the meeting to order, now that for the record, Ms. Gutierrez is on the line, and that way we can go to the approvals.
Okay, calling the advisory committee meeting for the Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau to order. Today is Thursday, December the 3rd at approximately 8:45 this morning. We begin with our roll call. Hold on. Magali Rodriguez. Raymond Camina.
Present.
Marisa Ramirez. Present. Elizabeth Flores. Judy Gutierrez.
Present.
Richard Laurel. Present. Okay. All right. So moving on to motion to excuse members. For the month of October, we had one excused absence, or is asking for an excused absence, Mr. Camina. Do we have a motion to excuse Mr. Camina for the October meeting?
I move that we accept, him with his excuse to be excused from the October meeting. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit distracted here, trying to get everything in focus. But yeah, I move that we approve his
Okay,
absence.
I second the motion. Motion carried. We also have a tentative excused absence for Mayor Flores. She will be trying to join our meeting a little bit later, so I guess that we will keep open at this moment. For the approval of the minutes, we have for the September meeting, that's on page 2, and the November meeting, which is on page 5. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
I move that we approve those minutes. I move that we approve those minutes.
I second the motion. Motion carries. At this time, Eileen, do we have any public or citizen comments to review?
Not this morning.
Okay, moving on to the review of the year-to-date financial statements, which is on page 6.
As I mentioned before, we continue to be above the projection that we had back in March and April. We worked on the projection based on what was happening. And what I'm talking about, what's in page 6, is a hotel motel occupancy tax collection. What we have collected has been greater than what we expected, because the numbers that we projected were very, very conservative, as they were based on the numbers we were seeing in the hotel occupancy during March and April. We've been very fortunate that our collections have been increasing month to month due to different factors. So we continue seeing that the numbers are actually being collected are greater than our projections,
which I believe it does help the city, overall in many different aspects. So that's a good thing.
As you know, we're not the only ones being funded by the hotel occupancy tax. There's other entities or other nonprofits. There's nonprofits that are being partially or fully funded by the hotel occupancy tax. So it's good news that we keep collecting higher than our projection.
Okay. Do we have any other questions on the financial statements? If not,
Madam Chair,
yes.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
I was just maybe for Arlene, is she getting any feedback from the hotels as far as the the rents and all that? Are they feeling better or about the same?
What we have seen, in conversations with our hotels, and also in combination with the numbers that we're receiving from the different statistics that we get, is that the numbers are consistent. And in September, we had actually numbers higher than the previous years. This is because of this has a lot to do because we don't have our Mexican market. After the summer, we did see that we didn't see as many travelers from the rest of Texas coming in. So it has been, for the most part, the healthcare workers and the government contracts that have been keeping those numbers where they are. So we've had comments from hotels saying that they have high occupancy for the month of December. The combination of those two factors plus now Paisano, some people are already making their reservations in advance, and so we do see that. I was talking to our reporter the other day, and she was like, "Well, how much have you been affected by the restrictions in the border?" I was like, "It's very difficult to say because we've had the healthcare workers and the government employees coming in, and in a way, using those rooms that the Mexican travelers and the business travelers in the week, as you know, business travel is a big market for us too. They're picking up those rooms that would normally go to those two other groups.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. It's very positive.
Yes, I mean, that's the silver lining of this situation, that the hotels are still getting business, and Ms. Marisa can also attest to this.
Yes, I mean, unfortunate due to the circumstances, but it has truly been a blessing that we've been able to keep the hotels, occupied, which helps in many different aspects, whether it's jobs or, just trying to keep the economy going. I think it's been a really good effect in the city for the city of Laredo. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was concerned, the paisanos not coming from Mexico and a lot of them not being able to cross by car or by foot. I thought it was going to affect some of the hotel occupancy residents. I didn't foresee the healthcare workers or the government workers. But it was my understanding that the government workers don't pay the sales tax, or do they?
Some of them do, I believe.
Yes, it's there are companies, Mr. Camina, that have contracted personnel, for example, for medical personnel, and they're not asking for exemptions. So they are, like, for the occupancy tax, they're not asking for exemption. They are actually paying the full taxes for the occupancy.
Great. That's very good news.
In our case, in the case that we have at the hotel right now with the group that we have, yes.
And I believe Marisa mentioned something similar the last meeting.
Yes.
In the case of their property.
That's fantastic. That's good news.
Yes, it is. Any other questions or comments for the financials? Okay, then moving on to the November activity report, we begin with the director, Eileen, which is on page 7, I believe.
Correct. I would like to, those are some of the key projects that I've been working on, and together with different team members. One that has been one of my main focus in the last couple of months is Paisano. As you know, every year we host, for 20 plus years, we've been hosting the Paisano rest stop at mile marker 13 of Highway 35 on the southbound lanes. And this year, due to the situation, it wouldn't be possible, it wouldn't be feasible to have a similar operation than what we would have on a regular year, because just the size and the setup that we have, it's not conducive for a pandemic. So we've been working with different entities, Mexican agencies, with the consulate, in trying to figure out how to better service the paisanos. Obviously, Mexico, the U.S., everybody is advising people not to travel due to the situation. The Mexican government is doing a really, really big push to ask people not to travel during this situation. We see that Tamaulipas has very strict restrictions regarding of who can cross, and they have a program called Hoy No Circula, which means depending on the last digit on your license plate, doesn't matter where the license plates are from, depending on the last digit is the day that you can't drive your vehicle. So if you're trying to cross that day, you won't be able. There's other restrictions that the Mexican government, especially in Tamaulipas, have set up. And so with this in mind, we are we're planning and we're preparing for not only the people that will venture coming into Mexico during the pandemic, but also the ones that will be returned. So we're making sure that we service both groups. I was talking to somebody in the private sector, and they were obviously concerned that they won't have that that amount of customers that usually come during Paisano season, because that would be what would keep them afloat during this year. but we certainly know that there's the situation with keeping everybody safe, not only here in Laredo, but also in the place where they're traveling to. And so we're working together with the health authority, with the emergency operations coordinator, with Bridge. We're all together working on a plan. It's almost finalized. We're going to have our final logistics meeting today, this afternoon, with everybody, with Mexican agencies, CBP, and all of the city departments are involved, usually in Paisano, including TxDOT, everybody, so that we can all be in the same page and know how to better service our Paisanos this year. Again, we're not having the rest up on mile marker 13, but we are setting everything up so that we can still service them. Maybe not with the same services that we would usually provide, but still have a space where they can rest for a few hours and then continue their travel. So that is the plan that we're working on, and we hope that it's something that it's useful for those people that are still going to travel during the holiday season.
Eileen, when do you anticipate people maybe heading south already? Like, I know that maybe the weekend, the 18th, 19th, and 20th might be the start or the heavier time. People will start commuting down to their home in Mexico. But y'all are setting up before that, right?
We are this year because of the situation. We're expanding the rest area. It's not going to be.
Yes.
I don't want to call it a rest stop because it's not going to be the same services that we usually provide. But the rest area is going to be open from the 17th to the 23rd, so that we give people a chance, because we saw during Thanksgiving people started coming already. So we want to make sure that we have that space available for the paisanos. Again, it's an area where they'll be able to rest a little bit, stretch their legs. If they were returned, a space where they can regroup and figure out what they want to do. And
will there be like I don't know, goodie packages or anything like that will be given to them, like hand sanitizers or masks, or just information about what all the guidelines that we're under here as far as Laredo, is that going to be something that y'all will be doing? Or
so because of the amount of days, there's not going to be like a table or a setup like that, but we're going to have restrooms, we're going to have hand sanitation stations, everything so they can rest. And we have been working with the consulate and obviously our communications office with Ms. Negron to provide that information to everybody before they come. So they are helping us. They've been very, very helpful in developing materials with information, not only from Laredo, but the information from across in Nuevo Laredo and Tamaulipas, so that people know all the restrictions that they will encounter coming in through Laredo, and then if they are planning to go across. So we're working with the communications office here in the city to provide all that information, and then with that, we're gonna give it to the consulate, and they're gonna share it with every consulate in the U.S. And so we want people to be, as well as our social media outlets. We have our Welcome Paisano to Laredo. So we want to make sure everybody is informed even before they come into the city.
Eileen, I have a question. This is Rick.
Yes.
News, they mentioned that they were going to have something at the LEA, at the Energy Arena, Sames Arena, whatever it is now.
Yes.
Where paisanos were going to be allowed. That's not to arrive and give information. That's not you guys?
So that was the original plan. But there was a change because the caravan, so the original plan was that the same Sarah Arena was going to be the base of operation because we were going to host the caravan. And the caravan, I'm sure you've seen it, the one that sets up at Walmart. But so we were going to move all that operation to the arena, and we were going to have the caravan and the rest up there. The caravan decided to cancel due to the situation. Some of the members of the caravan were having some issues back at home, and given the situation of the pandemic, they thought that the best decision would be to cancel the gathering of the caravan. So they were not going to stop in Loreto. They're not going to stop in Nuevo Laredo. What they're doing is they're giving them all the information online. They have a mobile application where they're going to be able to process all their permits. The Mexican government has been working the last few years in transitioning everything to electronic, and so they're very well poised to be ready for this pandemic. They have all the processes that you would usually do here at CITEB. Everything is online now. So the caravan is training everybody. They're having Facebook Lives every Saturday with different information. I actually am going to be on their Facebook Live this coming Saturday to provide that additional information of what restrictions they're going to see, what they have to be aware, where the rest of it is going to be. So we were going to have it at the LEA. We are evaluating, and that's something we're going to decide today. If this is going to be, we already have a different location approved, because without the caravan, what we were thinking is people are not going to want to deviate from 35. And so they're not going to want to move away from 35. It's going to be very tricky to get them there. And for us and I haven't, I still need to talk to the arena. I still need to talk to the potential new venue to see what we're going to do. And this is all going to be finalized today. But yes, there will be some changes probably.
Yeah, I thought the arena was pretty far off from their beaten path.
Yeah, and it did make sense because of the caravan, because we needed a space where we could have more than 1,000 vehicles socially distanced. So we were planning the arena, the stadium, all that, but without the caravan, once we take out that element, it doesn't make quite the same sense.
Right.
So, Eileen, so what you're saying is that this issue of the caravan not being organized this year, from what I hear, has changed, everything from what you were planning to do to what you're going to be deciding today, I guess. And the restrictions and all of the issues, that the people that are going to be coming in, I mean, I'm sure they're being informed about all of what they're going to be confronted with and asked for, because this is, totally a brand new ball game. This is not something that neither you or the city or anybody has any control over. I guess at this point, Mexico has its own regulations that they have to implement regarding the pandemic and all of that. Is that the crux of the whole thing for this year? That Mexico has they have to go through the different requirements for the pandemic. Like when crossing and then going through every state, what they're going to have to be complying with, I guess is my question. Is that the way it's going to be this year?
Yeah, so if people are traveling, if paisanos decide to travel, the first, obviously, they need to know the restrictions here in Loreto, but you're completely right. What they're going to encounter in Mexico it's very, very different, and it's beyond our control. We have been in contact with Mexican customs and immigration, but even it's even beyond their control, because it's per state. Every state is deciding the restrictions. The federal government is deciding restrictions. So in this case, at least I can tell you that for Tamaulipas, they will encounter there's a limit of people that can, and sorry, I got distracted because I'm trying to find the information for you. But there's a restriction of how many people can travel in a vehicle. There's a restriction of age. So they're limiting the crossing of people that are over 65 or children. The number of people that can travel in the vehicle cannot be more than 2 people. So for those that have, we usually see the families, we see everybody traveling. I mean, it's part of the paisano season. Is you travel with the whole family to see more family. And so it says not to travel with any symptoms would be what the same thing that we were recommending, that everybody's wearing face masks, that there's no more than 2 people per vehicle. And this is all the regulations from Tamaulipas. This is all on their Facebook page. It says that no children or people over 65 are traveling in the vehicle, that the reason for traveling is essential, and that they comply with the Hoy No Circula. Again, that's a program that has been in Mexico, in Mexico City especially, for many, many years. I mean, more than 20 years, but they're utilizing it to decrease the number of vehicles that are out on the streets. And so depending on the last digit of your license plate is a day that you cannot drive your vehicle. So all those, so one of the things that the health department and the fire department as EOC, as emergency coordinators, made sure we had, and they stressed this with me, is they wanted to make sure we had an operation or an area where all those people that are going to be returned can stop, regroup, and then figure out what they're going to do. If they need to go back home, some of them will be traveling for hours and hours and hours, and they will need a space where they can stretch their legs, regroup, and make decisions. So that's what we're going to be providing, and that's what the changes that we saw based on what we saw on the Thanksgiving weekend. So that was another thing. We were preparing for something, and we know things are changing right now, so we're kind of trying to be as flexible as possible. So that was another change. This emergency order came back into place for Tamaulipas November 22nd. So based on that, we made more changes to our operation.
Oh, it's got to be
I guess
really
it's safe to
difficult.
assume that we're not going to have as many paisanos this year as in other years. I guess that would be a safe assumption, right?
That is correct. We still have people calling us and asking, but we expect a loss, less people than in previous years. Even the caravan, knowing that they won't be, there's not going to be an operation like every year. Last year we saw probably 1,000 vehicles, around 1,000 vehicles just with them, and we serviced 3,000 people in the rest stop. So yeah, definitely we expect a reduced number this year.
Eileen, you had mentioned the number of people in the vehicle. How many people are they allowing in one vehicle?
2.
2 people. Wow.
2 people, no kids, no elderly or people over 65.
Right. That's really difficult.
So,
Or if
and
there's
this is
more than 2, can they walk over, or how does that work?
That's a good question.
probably, I wouldn't, yeah, they would have to figure how to, but still, if the 2 people that are walking are over 65 or kids, they won't let them in.
They won't let them cross.
Well, that's so different. Wow.
Yes. Very extreme.
Yeah, and again, this is for, it's very similar to what we have coming in from Mexico. If you're a Mexican national, they're gonna welcome you into your country, but there's restrictions and people need to be aware of that. And we know that a lot of the paisanos come with a lot of their kids are already, they were born here and they don't have dual citizenship. A lot of them are married to Americans that don't have a dual citizenship. So that is going to be, they need to take that into consideration before traveling.
Well, thank you, Eileen. I know that you are trying your best to adjust to the situation on a day-to-day basis, and it's not easy because you need to be able to plan ahead, and makes it harder for you also. Just thank you for hanging in there and doing your best. I guess you're.
Thank you. We try to plan ahead. We've been working since September, right, Juan? Since September on this, and every time we think we have it, it changes.
It changes.
So hopefully today we'll be able to roll out.
It's a moving target, right?
Exactly.
Moving target.
So I'm just hoping.
Y'all are doing a great job. Y'all are doing a great job and just trying to be very flexible with everything that's just happening and embracing it and then moving forward. So.
And the idea is to service all those paisanos, all those visitors coming in.
Yes.
And keeping everybody safe.
I can see what all of this has done to you, Eileen. I see a few more gray hairs on your head.
I know.
Pobrecita.
They're coming out.
Okay, there's no other comments on Eileen's report. I just want to make a brief intermission on attendance that Ms. Mayor Flores had requested an excused absence for today's meeting.
Who did?
Do we have a motion? Elizabeth Flores?
I move that we excuse her for this meeting.
Okay. I second the motion. Motion carries. I just wanted to get that out of the way. We were having that pending. It's about 9:12 at this time. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes. Moving on to the Assistant Director's report, Joel, which is on page 9.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
Good morning.
My report is on page 9. Just two things that I wanted to have is I was getting ready for the SEAT 2021 conference. We got awarded for 2022, and talking to the meeting planner, Jerry Pina, he informed me that due to COVID-19, the 2021 conference was canceled. And so eventually we were going to go promote our conference for 2022. But due to the cancellation, I guess we'll save a little bit of money not traveling and not hosting the group over there. But he was telling me that he's been getting from all the different cities within the state of Texas that everybody's anxious to come to Laredo on 2022. So that's good. So everybody is saying, we can't wait. Unfortunately, the sad thing for Beaumont, they're not going to be able to host a conference next year in February. So that's unfortunate for them. The good thing for us is we'll still be able to host them in 2022. They're at La Posada. So we're really excited. We're finalizing the signing the contracts, and we're going to be working on having a board meeting. All the board will be coming into Laredo probably in January or February of next year. And so I'm working with the sales staff there at La Posada. And so we're really excited. We're moving along, even though it's within 2 years from the event, but getting everything ready and planning everything already with our team as well here. The other thing that I wanted to highlight really quick, it's I'm working with Dennis. I'm bringing some influencers to the max and promoting not only the golf course, but the city itself. I reached out already to both our agencies, Relic, as well, and ADS Comunicaciones from our Monterrey agency. So we're trying to pile a list of influencers that we could bring probably on March, February, late part of February or March, probably March. We're looking more into March of 2021. So, hopefully we could promote the golf course in the city as well. That's basically the two things that I wanted to highlight. I'm not sure if you guys have any other questions regarding my report.
I guess the influencers are something that's really special at this very moment because everything is basically virtual. So that's probably the best way to even get, the message out.
Yeah, definitely. And our marketing team has done a wonderful job. And we were going to bring some influencers from Mexico City, but due to everything, the increase of numbers here as well, we moved it to March.
March of next year.
Yeah, but they're interested. They want to come. They want to, fly in through our Mexican Airlines, Aeromar, and then showcase what the city has to offer. And so we're influencers right now. It's a big thing, all the social media. So obviously that's where people are connected. That's where people are watching what to plan to do and stuff like that. So working with a marketing team as we're looking into using those tools and taking advantage of those tools and promoting them to reach out to potential people to visit our city.
That's great.
Mexico market.
Mm-hmm. Anybody have any comments or questions for Joel?
I'm just going to say that I think that, for as much as all of this year and, all of these events were canceled because of the obvious, the pandemic, that I feel very hopeful for the next year with it, and that is something that is, to me, the light at the end of the tunnel, and that we can look forward to better days. So, Joel, you better prepare yourself for a very near time, after all of this passes, because it's going to be very, very busy. And I thank God, for all the work that you all have been doing. And I'm sure it's very frustrating not to be able to do the things that you usually do, but this is not a usual year. It's so unusual for all of us. So again, thank you for your hard work and, trying to do your best under these extraordinary circumstances. So again,
Thank you, Judy. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're hoping to be very busy, and we're gonna see the conferences and sports will be picking up pretty soon. So we're anxious for that and be ready for that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Joel. Moving on to the services coordinators report. Veronica is not with us at this moment, but Eileen will be reviewing her report. It's on page 11.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As I mentioned, Veronica is servicing a group right now with that came from Mexico for logistics, and she talking about influencers and travel writers. We hosted a travel writer a couple of months ago, and she's been very active. We mentioned it in a previous report, but now she was able to participate in an interview, and so Vero in her report put the link and the password so you all can see what she mentioned, what comments she had about Loreto and her trip over here. Veronica has also been working with, she worked with the Heritage Foundation, with Will County Heritage Foundation. They did a video production of Gabriela Mendoza's performance, and she was assisting with, as a liaison with parks and with different city departments, traffic, to make sure that they had, basically supporting all the needs that they had from the city.
And on behalf of the Webb County Heritage Foundation, I thank you all for doing that. I mean, it's a very nice production. I hear they were very, very hard at work on weekends, and I hear they're going to have a very, very nice video presentation of all of the dances and everything that for the production of that. Of that event. So thank you very much, for assisting the Webb County Heritage Foundation.
We're happy to do so, and we're excited about the videos. We had a chance to talk to them about their plan, and so we're really excited about the final product. And it's a good segue talking about arts. And we are unveiling this month the Sister Cities Arts and Culture website, or part of the website.
Yes.
We have been working on the e-commerce one. It's proven to be a little bit trickier than we expected, because of different elements of importing the products and seeking out sourcing. All that it's proven to be a little bit more difficult than we expected. We're still working on it. We won't shy away from doing it. It's just taking us a little bit more. But the arts and culture side of the website is already ready. We were waiting to unveil them both, but we want to make sure that people still think about us, still think about sister cities. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a double unveiling, one for the arts and culture and then the e-commerce site. So that's going to happen this month.
You know, Eileen, I was just thinking as you were speaking that maybe some of this, the dances that were done by Gabriela Mendoza, you know, that the video and all of that could be used by the city, you know, to promote certain elements of the arts.
We would love that. We would definitely carve a space in the website for them to do a little cross promotion of Webb County heritage and the culture. So yeah, we would love to do that.
Thank you. I just think it's very important to show everyone what Laredo has as far as talent.
Yes.
Very good. Good idea.
Thank you.
Eileen, thank you for the report, and please tell Veronica, thank her for all her hard work on our behalf.
Thank you. I will certainly convey the message.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
The next report is the marketing manager's report. Selena, it's on page 17.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I'm gonna make sure I slick back my gray hairs. I see Miss Judy has eagle eyes this morning, so.
They have a lot of neat stuff, you know, to cover up just a little gray.
Well, I'll go ahead and look into that also. But my report is on page 17, a compilation of working together with Ana Reina and with Beatriz. And I'll go ahead and focus on the success that we've been having with Eromar. So if you look on the report in regards to the website that's further down, you'll see that in regards to the top places in Mexico, Mexico City actually comes in at number 1 on going to our website. And we're attributing that with, you know, due to the popularity of the flight. I was speaking to our Mexico agency, Aaron, with Ads Comunicación, and he mentioned, you know, he had always been seeing Mexico City come in at like 3, 4, 3, 4, maybe go down to like position 7. He's like, but you know, they finally came in at number 1. And this coming Friday, we actually have the winner of the whatchamacallit, of the giveaway, which included a round trip airfare from Mexico City to Laredo, a weekend stay, several gift certificates. They land Friday at 7:00 p.m. and Ana Reina and I will go ahead and be a little welcoming committee for them. You know, give them their prize package and let them know if, you know, there's anything that we can be of assistance with. So we're really looking forward to them coming in. And right now there is a daycation. I made the error of putting staycation, but it is a daycation that's also being promoted on Facebook. And that closes this weekend. And that is for an overnight stay at Fairfield Inn. Also, you know, it's shopping time, it's Christmas. So hopefully we give them just a little bit of money to go spend at the outlets, have a nice meal at Luby's, and aside from various gift cards that they can go ahead and utilize during their time here in Laredo. And that trip is something that has a fixed date where we know that the winner will go ahead and be in Laredo this month of December. Aside from that, media contracts are coming in. Ana Reina is keeping abreast of making sure that our social media presence is staying strong. Right now to non-essential land travel. So we always do get responses, just asking for, when the bridges are going to be open, and everybody can't wait to come back to Laredo. And, we're waiting for them with open arms, but we are complying with all government policies in aspect to all those regulations. But if y'all have any questions, let me know.
So this staycation, or what did you call it? It's not a staycation. It's a what?
The daycation.
It's a daycation. It's an overnight.
One day, right? That's what it refers to.
Yes.
Well, that's a very interesting promotion. I think that more of those should be, promoted. It should be done. I do believe people love to come to Laredo, and if they have a reason or some of this kind of promotion, it's tremendous. So thank you so very much for doing that, and for you to go and at the other to have the winner of that other promotion. That's another thing. I guess you all are doing what you need to do, and I just marvel on all the things that you all think about, and thank you so very much for taking the time to go and meet and greet these people and introducing them to our wonderful community. Thank you so very much.
Yes, no, and Ana Reina can tell you, she's on the call right now, but, the winner has been very, very gracious, always just being very thankful. And, he's just over the moon excited of coming in. And, we're just so used to, rolling out the red carpet for our guests. And, we still want to keep that added personal touch of making sure that we do welcome them to Laredo, and making sure that they know, that if anything, we are always available, asking them again to download the Visit Laredo TX app should they need anything. Obviously, they will be able to contact us over social media during their time here, sending private messages, and, we have their contact information as well. So, they're going to have a great time. And,
I am very sure of that, and I think the reason they are is because of all of what you all are doing and putting into yourselves, and
All that you do.
make it happen. So,
yeah. And and I included in the report that there were 900 qualifying individuals, but obviously there were more entries, because one of the prerequisites, or one of the qualifications, was that you had to like, our page. And, if perhaps, they didn't share, or they didn't like that, just disqualified them from being able to win the prize. So there were more than 900 entries. So it was a good interest that was received. And we're thankful for our partners that have helped out. Hopefully, we want to keep these numbers on record so that Beatriz can, build a little package of promotion to let other hotels and other restaurants and attractions know that, this is the success that we had with this promotion. And, maybe this is something that they can also utilize to help them as well. So we're very thankful. And obviously, we want to help out everybody, that we can.
And you really are.
Sorry, I just want to mention that the winner, we raffled 2 tickets, round tickets, and he buy another 2 more tickets, because he traveled with another 2 persons. He paid for an extra night at the hotel because he wants to stay more time in Laredo. So that's another thing that's more value for the prices, because we only raffle a pair of tickets. So he brings 2 more people, and he paid for extra night and for extra meal and anything. So that's something that I want to add to that's an opportunity also for this That's more for shopping promotion, this giveaway. Some people say, hey, I just need to pay for the flight and we have one night of hotel and some shopping. So let's go, let's enter to the giveaway. So we have more value and more interesting for the people coming from Mexico City and from the US also.
Well,
That's great.
what we call the
Yeah.
multiplier effect of this promotion. How wonderful. Thank you, Reina, for giving us a piece of information. It's very important that, you don't not only had one winner, but and they're staying extra night and, the other two tickets or
People.
whatever.
Mhm.
But it's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Reina and Selena. Thank you both for your hard work and dedication. Any other questions? If not, we'll
Also,
move-
Beatriz, she's talking with all the partners, so she put together all these prices. I can do that without Beatriz.
Okay, well, thank you, Beatriz.
Sometimes I said I don't like giveaways, but she's very.
Sometimes giveaways are
Very committed
actually
with that.
a big marketing where you're going to give some, but then you might get a lot more in return. So that's always the key for freebies, right? Moving right along, any other questions? I don't think there is. We'll move on to the Monterrey office with Samuel and Selena. Welcome. Mhm.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Casa Laredo report is on page 24. Yeah, that's right. Well, as you all know, restrictions continue here in Mexico, in Monterrey. So some events are being taken and physical, and some of them are, with this new normality, like webinars and using this technology. But whenever there's a chance for us to be present, we're going to be there. And on November 23rd, we participated in another golf tournament called First Tee Golf Tournament. Each player, as you know, they receive a welcome bag with Laredo souvenirs and brochures. The brand is featured throughout the golf course. And at the end of the tournament, there's a raffle where they get some prizes for, obviously, to promote the golf in Laredo, Texas. We encourage all the people, the players here from Monterrey to visit the Max A. Mandel. Okay, and this time we raffled gift cards for the Max. Another event in which we participated, but this was through a webinar, was the IBTM Americas. We had virtual meetings from November the 9th to the 17th with different travel agencies and associations regarding group incentive travel business. This was our first, let's say, expo in which we participated with this new modality, okay, as a webinar. And we're looking forward for more events of this. And as soon as restrictions are down, obviously we're going to be presenting as we did in previous years. I will also like to highlight a special mention that Casa Laredo Facebook Live had on El Norte. There's this section in the Regios on the newspaper, the main newspaper here at the city, El Norte. Thanks to Silvia Alvera, we had let's say, free promotion of our Facebook Live. And as you can see, some of the topics we had on November were attractions, airport, manifestos, and group services. We continue with Facebook Live streaming because we believe it is very important to have this contact with people, even though we cannot be present with the ladies here in Monterrey. For example, November and December, usually it's a very busy season for us here at Casa Laredo because there's a lot of bingo lottery happening here at the city, and we usually visit those ladies and invite them to do the holiday shopping in Laredo, Texas. Since we are not allowed to do that right now for obvious reasons, we keep contact with our, let's say, with all of the people wanting to visit Laredo, Texas through Facebook Live. We're going to change a little bit the topics with the following streamings that we're gonna make. We're gonna try to invite people from the Laredo community so they can share their ideas, their comments, their thoughts with the audience that we have gathered in these previous months. And that's most of it of the report and the projects we're working right now. I don't know if you have any questions.
Well, congratulations, first of all, for having that Facebook Live that y'all have been recognized for. So keep doing what you're doing. It's a great job exposing the city of Laredo in Monterrey and outside of Monterrey. So thank you. Thank you both.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Samuel or Selena? If not, do we have any announcements to make at this time? No,
No,
just sort of mentioning.
For running such a nice and nice meeting, you know, just going through it and helping us to hit all the important points and allowing people to give their input. So thank you.
Thank you. Our next meeting is dated for January the 7th.
Yes, that is correct. If y'all are in agreement, I know in previous years, depending on when we come back from the holidays, we've moved it. If not, we can, if the committee is in agreement, we can leave it on the 7th.
I motion to move forward with that. It's January the 7th.
Just that we move it to.
Oh, we should move it. Okay.
I think we should move it. I think it's too close to the holiday. You know, coming back from the holidays, and you've got a bunch of things that you're doing. So, what day would we move it to, or should we skip the January meeting?
We could move it to the 14th, or we could regroup and reconvene in February.
Would that be February the 4th?
Would be, I ran out of calendar. 1 second. It would be February the 4th.
February the 4th.
So does everybody want the meeting to be, and not have a meeting in January and have a meeting in February, which would be February the 4th? Is that okay with everybody?
I think that would be fine because of the fact, that you have all of the reports, based on, and there's going to be a lot of holidays in there. So I just think that we could skip the January meeting and then schedule it for February the 4th. That would be my suggestion.
I agree, Judy. No problem there, Rick and.
So if you can do it in a form of motion, ma'am, that way.
Do we have a motion to have our meeting scheduled for February the 4th, 2021?
I would move that we would have our next our CVB advisory committee meeting on February for the new year.
This is Rick Laudel, I second.
Motion carried for our next meeting to be February the 4th, 2021. Anything else that we need to bring up at our meeting? If not,
I would just like to wish everybody happy holidays, that everybody have a safe holidays, and don't eat too many tamales.
Thank you, Judy. Merry Christmas to everybody.
No te imite, Miss Judy.
This is the only time we get to eat those things, Judy.
Yes.
No, thank you.
You have a price to pay in January.
Thank
you all so much.
Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll look. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay 6 feet apart from everybody.
Yes, and wear those masks.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
This is the last meeting from this year, so
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think all of us should feel blessed, because we did it to here,
We made it.
and I know there's a lot of virtual meetings left for each of us, but this is the last. I think this is the last one we're gonna be together, and hopefully we're gonna see. I hope that we see the same persons that are here next year. Okay.
And hopefully
To be
next
here.
year, sometime next year, we can all see each other in the same room.
Yes.
Oh,
We look forward to that.
Thank you all.
We would love for you, all of you, to see our office. The team has done a great job. We have decals already on the wall. We have a wonderful, beautiful metal sign that Miss Monica worked very hard on sourcing and getting the right design and everything.
Thank you,
So
Monica.
hopefully you can see all that very, very soon. Our shop, retail area, everything. So we're
Great.
looking forward to that.
Well, we look forward to seeing that too. So take good care of everyone and take care. We'll see you next time.
bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.